You're 8 months postpartum, but you constantly look like you're still 6 months pregnant. What should you do? Hello, my name is Becky Choi. I am your postpartum corrective exercise specialist. I help mama to go from looking like this to looking like this in my one-on-one tummy warrior coaching program. Now today I got a great questions here on my Instagram at BeckyChoi_. Check me out there if you haven't. So this is a question from this mom here. I had my second child 8 months ago after having my son 3 years prior to that. My diastasis recti has gotten so bad that I currently look like I am 4 to 6 months pregnant. My lower abdomen seems to be more than a knuckle deep. So knuckle deep. And as I come up toward my ribs cage, it's slightly better. My back has been hurting like crazy and my quality of life has honestly been affected adversely. I have been very moderately active and had bad eating habits with missing meals for almost 2 to 3 days with only eating 1 meal a day when I actually do eat. I would appreciate some guidance on how to effectively manage my diastasis recti. Thank you so much for your question. I really do appreciate it. And it hurts my heart that it's affecting your quality of life, your back is hurting. I can only imagine how uncomfortable it is, and then having to take care of your 8 months old and your 3 years old toddler. It's a lot of strength that you need at this stage because you're constantly changing diaper, probably chasing after your toddler. I can just see how uncomfortable it is for you, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that how bad diastasis recti can really impact their daily life, and they might see that, oh, it's a lot of money to invest into this program, but you have to realize what is the opportunity cost here. What it's going to cost you if you don't take action toward a bettering health, toward to actually healing your body and getting in great shape. And I'm not talking about being super toned, being wearing a bikini, become a tone model, but just picking up your life and get back into your old self. And so investing in yourself, it's always a priority, and also it's never too late to start. Even if you're 8 months postpartum, 3 years postpartum, 10 years postpartum. I have helped moms that are years postpartum and they are looking great. A couple of things here, like you're talking about you have a knuckle deep and then also you're not eating enough. Now let me just address the knuckle deep here. It's great that you know how deep it goes in. So you're talking about here, the knuckle, right? One knuckle deep. And as it comes up to your ribs cage, is a little bit better. So yeah, we could have an open diastasis recti from your rib cage to your below the belly button. So that's called the open diastasis. Usually the belly button is where it's stretched the most, has the wider gap, and also it's deeper because that's where it's the most pointy from your pregnancy. So I do think that part of that issue with your back has to come from the diastasis because there's no core strength there. There's no core strength there, so your back has to compensate for your movements when you're standing, when you're sitting, when you're bending down to change diapers, showering, so that your back is overly used. The muscles there is very tense, tight, and it's to a point that it's like, I'm working overtime here, and give me a break, but you're not giving him a break, and it's like constantly sore and hurting for you. So the first thing I would recommend you to do is getting into a better body alignment. So you wanted to work on posture exercises to get you into that shape so that you're not constantly just using your back muscles to do this work. Now, since the core is so weak, I would also recommend you to wearing a belly wrap. Bellies is something that I always recommend to help you to bring the pressure from the front, right? So you're not constantly having that bulging belly in front of you. It will help you to bring that belly up and in more, and also getting with the right kind of belly wrap, it gives you a back support so that you can actually use your back muscles more optimally. And then start with breathing exercises. If it's something that you think you can breathe pretty well, you're able to mind to muscles connect with your core, then I would just practice some of the breathing, 360 breathing first, and then move on to some core strengthening exercises. Those would be the thing that I would definitely get you to start it on right away. Just from looking at your symptom, right? You say you're looking like 4 to 6 months, constantly your back is hurting so much, right? I would definitely think that your body alignment is very out of balance. So definitely definitely work on those. Now, the second thing here you mentioned is that you're really just eating one meal a day, right, for 2 to 3 days because you're so busy. And I totally get that where you're coming from. You're so busy, you're constantly for your kids only, and then you forget about yourself. But I don't understand how you're not hungry though. So if you're not feeling hungry, I'm not sure if you are, you just ignore that symptom. But the more you ignore it, the more that you're gonna slow down your metabolism. If you just continue to be in that state of low metabolism, anything you eat later on in the future will easily pile up body fat. And most of that body fat will like to stay around your stomach, making your stomach even bigger than, you know, of the diastasis and the extra weight that you might already have already. So you do not want to eat just one meal a day. Definitely eat at least 3 meals, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have a regular routine so that you're eating enough. And when you're eating enough, you're gonna have more energy. You're gonna nourish yourself. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna have less brain fog. You're gonna look better because you're actually using that energy and protein into your body so that your muscles is trying to repair on its own using the nutrients that you're providing. If you're only eating one meal, where's that energy gonna go? It's gonna help you just to stay in that survival mode because it doesn't have any more to do extra. You're gonna feel more tired, more lethargic, and more brain fog, and you just will end up in a vicious cycle. So you do not want to get yourself into that pattern. Definitely eat more protein. Protein will help you keep you full, and protein also is the building block of building and repairing your core muscles. So that's very important. You wanted to eat at least 0.8 grams to 1 grams of protein per your body weight. Now, if you don't want to use a scale to weigh in your food, you can use portion controlling, using portion control containers, or you can do a plating method where, okay, you have carbs, veggies, and protein, and protein should be at least a quarter or more of a quarter of that plate of your food. So that would be something that I definitely want you to start doing now, whether it's incorporated a protein shake into your day-to-day routine because you're so busy, you don't have time to cook, totally fair. Incorporate protein shake or protein bar, having Greek yogurt, something that is quick, right? So that you can just nourish yourself. You need that energy. Okay, that's all I wanted to say for now. I really appreciate your questions. So if you do have questions, send it to me over at BeckyChoi_ on Instagram. I love to connect with you there and see where you're at with your postpartum journey and your motherhood and situations. I love to learn more about you and connect with my community. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.